hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great evening wherever you are today. Today I want to talk about this important topic that I've been preparing for a while. People who are on steroids administered by their doctors for autoimmune conditions, transplants, or any other sickness that you may have and you need to be on a steroid for. A lot of people think, the reason I'm doing this video is a lot of people think they need to live with the side effects of steroids, to the extent that some people are so scared of steroids, they stop their treatment in between. They just stop it without telling the doctor, not understanding that steroids need to be tapered off. They have fear because they're experiencing side effects. But the biggest stress in life is when we have a lack of knowledge and we don't understand. We don't understand that, hey, there is a side effect because of the nature of the drug. When you understand how the drug works and what it's depleting from you that is causing the side effect, you now have a solution. You have things that you can do to manage the side effect of steroids. A lot of people put on weight and they think they can never lose that weight as long as they're on steroids. But today I'm going to teach you how you can. A lot of people have fatigue and joint pain. A lot of people get diabetes. Their blood sugar levels go up. So let's go over some of the side effects of steroids and then understand how you can manage the side effects. In integrative medicine, we always understand that there is finding out the root cause of why you're sick. While you take the treatment that your doctors have given you, how do you manage the side effect of those treatments? Every drug comes with a side effect. A side effect is caused when that drug is either depleting a vitamin, a mineral, causing a secondary inflammation in your body. And if you handle it, the drug can work for your symptom and you can prevent collateral damage because you're looking after the side effect of it. So let's go over some of the common side effects that people face. Like I said, you would probably be on a steroid if you have some skin issue, if you have an autoimmune condition ranging from a multiple sclerosis to a rheumatoid arthritis, any of the immune system disorders. If you're a transplant patient, some of the effects are muscle fatigue and weakness. Then you have muscle wasting. A lot of people put on weight and appear to put on weight because they're losing muscle. So we're going to talk about that. Then you have joint pain and muscle tenderness. You have low-grade fevers that are very, very normal when you have a steroid. You have immune suppression, which is normal because an immunosuppressant works by suppressing the immune system so that cortisol can be at its lower level to help you heal from certain conditions or treat certain symptoms. You have to understand that when you're on a steroid, the hypothalamus of the brain and the pituitary gland, two important and integral components of producing cortisol, are now suppressed. The adrenal glands can also be suppressed, which will in turn produce lesser cortisol, which leads to a whole load of other problems. Then we have gut issues. You can even have ulcers and sometimes, a little bit of bleeding. You have bone thinning or osteopenia or osteoporosis. That is why it is so important for us to understand people on steroids have to have a preventive approach to all of these conditions as well. You can have mood changes and fluctuations because hormones can fluctuate. Steroids can fluctuate your hormones. You can have increased eye pressure, which is why it's so important for people on steroids to have regular checkups with your eye specialists. You can have an increase in your BP, your blood pressure, and you will definitely have depletion of vitamins and minerals, which is not a problem if you eat the right foods to put that back into your system. And sometimes your doctors will even give you a supplement if the deficiency is too big. So what we need to understand is never stop your steroid on your own. That is the biggest mistake you can make because you will go through something called a steroid withdrawal symptom. This could lead to more joint pain, more fatigue, and more muscle weakness. Work with your doctors if it's not suiting you to taper down the dose, but work with your doctors and never stop your steroids midway. Keep a doctor in the loop so even if you are planning and insisting on it to stop, your doctor will taper you off it the right way. Now, because it's an immunosuppressant, you need to look at your immune system. That is why people on steroids are advised usually not to go into crowded areas because your immune system is compromised and you are more susceptible to viruses, germs, and pathogens. But hey, there are foods that you can eat that can help you boost your immune system. And we're going to talk about that at the end of the video. If you work on your sleep, your immune system and your sleep are directly connected with each other. So it's not a good idea to be on an immunosuppressant and be sleep deprived at night. That's going to be terrible for your immune system. We need to understand that your exercise is also important for you because your exercise is a part of your immune system. Not too much of training and not too little. but the right amount that is adequate for your body type, your cardio and challenging muscle. So a mix of anaerobic and aerobic is going to be great for you for your immune system. And of course, what is the one thing that steals our immunity from us? Junk food and ultra-processed food. So when you're on steroids, you want to make sure that you're eating 95% at least, if not 100%, clean food that comes from nature, and avoid the junk, avoid the refined foods, which will in turn create inflammation in your body and will pronounce the side effects of steroids more in your system. Now, when it comes to gut issues, because it affects your gut, you want to start looking at using spices like fennel, like bishop's weed, which is ajwain in India, or it is sauf in India, or cumin, which is jeera. You can use a mix of this. Our favorite is an AJS, ajwain, jeera, and sauf, or bishop's weed, cumin seeds, and fennel. You take a teaspoon of ajwain or bishop's weed, you take a tablespoon of fennel, and a tablespoon of sauf, of cumin. You boil it. You take about a liter of water and you boil it for at least about 5 minutes, simmer it so it becomes almost a little more than half a liter. And you can sip on this through the day to soothe your gut health. It is also important for you to eat lighter meals, chew your food properly. Chew your food really well, digestion starts in the mouth. Do not have late night heavy meals. Keep a gap between your meals, at least 4 hours, so that only when you finished digesting your first meal, are you ready for your second meal. That's very, very important. And remember, never to eat with guilt and never to eat when you're stressed out. When you eat when you're stressed out, you're in the sympathetic nervous system. You're not meant to digest food. You need to be in the parasympathetic nervous system for complete digestion and for sleep. Now, because steroids have a side effect of bone thinning and osteopenia and osteoporosis, do your regular bone density checks. You should never be deficient or insufficient in vitamin D3. So you need to check these levels, get your morning sunlight, and if they're still low, ask your doctor to supplement you. Now, let's say the range for D3 in a reference kit would be 30 to 100, 30 being the lowest and 100 being the highest. You would aim to be at 70 to 80. At the same time, you don't want to overdose on vitamin D because it'll be toxic for your body. That's why I do it under medical supervision always. The reason I tell you to be towards the higher range, number one, it's common sense to have levels which are close to the higher levels in your body. Number two, because we all reduce vitamin D3 very quickly, by the time 3 months or 6 months is up, maybe you'll drop from a 70 to a 50. But if you were a 30, you'll drop to a 15 or a 10, which makes it critical for you. So it's extremely important for us to understand, get your D3 done. Your bones are not just about D3 and calcium. It's about D3, calcium, magnesium, and vitamin K as well. That is what makes your bone density. You also want to make sure that you're doing weight-bearing exercises, you're challenging muscle, because the more muscle you have, the stronger bones you have. The more muscle you have, the lesser chances of osteopenia and osteoporosis. So that's what you do when it comes to your bone health. Now, what about fat gain and weight gain? A lot of the weight put on is water retention. You can do simple things like natural diuretics. Waking up in the morning to coriander water. Take a tablespoon of coriander seeds, soak them overnight. In the morning, you can boil that, make a little tea. You can add a little bit of cumin to it, a little bit of cinnamon for taste. You can have coriander water as a diuretic. Disclaimer, if you're a kidney patient and you're not supposed to have that, please check with your doctor. When you're on steroids, you feel hungry. So you will want to eat carbohydrates, which in turn adds to your weight gain and your fluctuating blood sugar levels and your triglycerides. So you want to make sure that your meals, while you do have carbohydrates, you have more of the complex carbs on your plate, more vegetables, more protein, and more fat so that you do not feel hungry. You break the cravings, and at the same time, you're not eating more carbohydrates than you need. So carbohydrates also hold on to water in the human body, so you got to be careful of that. Okay? It's a no-brainer to avoid your processed and junk, which leads to weight gain either ways and inflammation in the body. Eat your meals on time. Okay? If you're not hungry, eat a smaller portion. Do not overeat and try to stay away from outside food while you're on steroids, because outside food is always cooked on high flame. Number two, you have no control over the ingredients, the oil, the hidden sugars, and the large amounts of salts. So you want to be careful of that. Now, when it comes to your blood sugar levels, a lot of people get diabetes when they're on steroids or they have fluctuating blood sugar levels. It's the same protocol as above. Exercise, keep your carbs smart and low, more protein, more fat, challenge your muscle, sleep, and look after your emotional wellness. It's so important to understand this. Now let's come straight to eye problems. It's simple. Please get your eye checkup done regularly when you are on steroids. So if you have a problem, you can correct it right then. It's important to eat your vegetables, your colored vegetables, when you're on steroids, and we're going to go right there right now. So this is the interesting part. When people understand, people ask like, Luke, why do we get side effects with steroids? Because this is what's getting depleted when you're on a steroid. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin D, vitamin C, calcium, potassium, magnesium, folic acid, chromium, selenium, chromium, less chromium in the body, higher blood sugar levels. Just look at what a steroid does. I'm not here to talk badly about steroids. Steroids can save your life, and it is needed for many, many people. But what is in our control? What is in our control is number one, prevention. Number two, managing the side effects. Then, so we're depleting even zinc. That's why our immune systems get weaker and weaker. Now, I need to put all these vitamins back in. I don't run to the store and get a multivitamin. I look at my diet. I look at my sources. My vitamin A, I can get it in sweet potatoes, carrots, green leafy vegetables, basil, broccoli, cruciferous vegetable, cooked tomatoes, bell peppers. Vitamin D, you're going to get it in sunlight, or you're going to get it through a supplement. Fatty fish, egg yolk if you're non-vegetarian, nuts and seeds, almonds, pumpkin seeds, walnuts, cashew nuts, not deep fried, not the one with all the flavors. I'm talking about plain nuts and seeds. Citrus fruits like your lemon, your amlas, your sweet lime, your grapefruit, your tangerines, bell peppers, cabbage, beetroot, green peas, magnesium, almonds, cashew nuts, spinach, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, everything that we should be eating every single day. So when you're on a steroid, can I get my vitamins from this? Beans, your kidney beans, your garbanzo beans, which is chole in India, or rajma, any of the legume family, if they suit you, you want to have a portion of beans every day. Not only is it great protein and great fiber, but it is rich in magnesium, selenium, zinc, most of the vitamins and minerals that get depleted with steroids. Then we're looking at your lentils, your whole yellow lentils, and your mung dal, your green lentils. These are also powerful for you. We're looking at black pepper. We're looking at turmeric powder. We're looking at clove. We're looking at cardamom, your spice mixes. India, we have a garam masala. It's existed for decades and decades. You can cook your meats. You can cook your veggies in these garam masalas so that you're getting the anti-inflammatory effects and also the polyphenols, the flavonoids, and everything else that comes with the beauty of spices. Then we're looking at lotus stem. We're looking at split green gram. We're looking at garden cress seeds, which is also called halim in Hindi. We're looking at soaked black raisins overnight, 6 to 8 black raisins soaked overnight. We're looking at fenugreek seeds, which is your methi seeds. And we are looking at sesame seeds. This is what we should be eating every day. And if we're on a steroid, we should be having more of this. I will share this list with you very soon. Now, let's talk about muscle wasting. This is a big problem with steroids. Steroids exhibit a catabolic state in your muscles, which is breakdown of muscles, which is why a lot of people start to feel they're putting on a lot of weight. But a lot of them, they already have high fat percentage, but they're just losing more muscle. So yes, you want to train muscle. You want to increase your protein. You even want to look under supervision at branched chain amino acids or even 3 to 5 mg of creatine. Okay, do this under supervision. It is absolutely necessary for you. We do not have to be scared of things that we don't have knowledge about. Speak to experts. Speak to people who can help you and guide you. Because I can tell you one thing that is not right, that you need to become a victim to steroids. People take steroids for asthma, for so many other issues, and they have the excuse that the steroid made them fat, or made them weak, or made them in pain. Yes, the steroid did that. But what is it that you didn't do that you now can do because you have knowledge? Okay, you want to make sure that you have the right amounts of vitamin C and omega-3 and vitamin E as well when you're looking at building muscle. So for all of our patients on steroids, we either get this in through foods, and sometimes we will use supplements when needed. When needed. Like a vegan may not be able to get all their protein from food, maybe not a vegetarian as well. And a lot of non-vegetarians can't get it as well. So you supplement when needed. You don't supplement because it's the easy way. Your primary source of vitamins and nutrients should always be food first and second supplements. So you need to understand that this is extremely important for us to know that yes, you can live a quality life with the right weight, with no blood sugar level spikes, with no BP when you manage the side effects. It's common sense. Every drug depletes something that has another function in the body. If I'm depleting zinc, I'm going to have a problem with testosterone. I'm going to have a hormonal issue. I'm also going to have a problem with my immune system, right? So every drug you take, okay, number one, if you're taking it, don't take it with fear. Don't take it with guilt. Take it with knowledge. What is this depleting? How can I put it back into my system? And this is how you get better. People have fatigue in their muscles because they have very less muscle. They have weak muscle. There's more oxidation in their muscles, creating more inflammation and more pain, which is why your diet has to be built in such a way that it can manage side effects, okay, treat the root cause, and also let you live a quality life. This is the power of integrative and lifestyle medicine. It's never against medicine. It's about using medicine the right way so it doesn't harm you and it doesn't create more problems for you. I hope this video has helped you with knowledge to now understand that if you are on that steroid, there is so much you can do. So now picture someone on a steroid for an autoimmune condition who's now having skin problems and hair problems. Why? You just went through the list of vitamins and minerals depleted. A lot of those vitamins and minerals are for your hair and for your skin. So if you put that back in your body, you don't have to be a victim to the side effect of steroids. Have a great evening, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember you care. It's all about you.